Welcome back to Universe X, and today I am actually here with a deck list. Lots of people were saying that the Soul Striker list did look fun, and honestly, it was. It was really fun playing it, and so I think I'll just jump right into that deck profile so you guys can see what it hits for, what's under the hood. So if you like the content, hit that subscribe button. Help me grow the channel while I keep pumping out more content. And yeah, let's all keep this game as alive as we can during its down season where COVID is preventing us from playing any games. And last but not least, if you haven't joined already, stop by the Dragon Ball Super card game community on Facebook. I'll have a link to it in the description, but it's the largest group for this game, and pretty much all the information flows through there. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the deck profile. Alrighty then. So after that match, I really was digging his Soul Striker list. So I asked my buddy Zach if he could just show us Soul Striker list.
Well, that's good.
And he said yeah. He said yeah. So we're actually going to look at it. I guess you can introduce yourself. Let us know of your accolades, because you have accolades. Flex to the camera a little bit.
Singular.
Flex to the camera just a little bit.
Yeah, so my name is Zach. I have in the past top 16 the first nationals, and I also top 32'd, I think it was the first ARG Invitational in Jersey. So yeah, that's about all I've done so far, I think. Random regional tops, not even tops, random regional invites, locals, aficionado, But I like to build decks and borrow decks ideas from our good friend Daryl. So this is kind of a take on his list, because a lot of it's what he built, and I just kind of tweaked it to my playstyle and what cards I had. So.
All right, sweet. So you guys kind of saw this thing in action previously, and now we're gonna have a chance to just see the exact numbers. A privilege that I have not even had up until this moment. I'm excited.
All right, so Leader Soul Striker, reboot. When you attack, you can either draw a card or untap a mono blue energy. You never untap in the front because you're going 2 swings, draw 2, and then turn 3 you awaken. When you can awaken either at 4 or less life or with a specific cost 3 unison, draw 2, flip over on the back, draw 1, untap 2, and then end of your turn untap your unison, which kind of works with the Goku Black unison in the deck. So. We'll start off with the unisons. So we do 1 Protector Goku, 4 Goku Black unison, and 2 Baby. This ratio, I run it this way because I only own 2 of these. This card is fine. Daryl, he likes to do 3 Baby, 3 Gogeta SS3 promo. SS3 promo is better against Gotenks. That being said, Gotenks matchup is garbage for this deck, I feel. You're just trying to survive, but you can't. But this is the ratio that I run. He's good because you can bounce Bardock Apes, you can bounce Abuni, you can bounce Goku Hit, and they're all 3 cost. And then this guy, he is a pseudo Time Warp Baby Hatch type of effect, where you play him, your opponent can attack unless they choose a battle card 2 or higher and put it on bottom deck. Can't attack with a battle card, sorry.
Card is nasty.
Yes.
If it ever resolves on you, you may not know what it does. You may not even think that it's a good card, but if it ever gets resolved on you, you're gonna hurt.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And then you can bounce all their cards with -2, bounce all their battle cards, or draw 2 untap 1. Or draw 2 bottom deck 1, sorry. And then he's draw 1, counters are free, and he is draw 1 discard, and bounce 4 or less. The negate package, we do 1 internal energy shift, 4 dimension magic, and I'll count him in here for Mechiorp, bobbing and weaving. This was, we kind of went back and forth on this ratio. Daryl likes this, so I included it just as a one of. It kind of interacts better with some of the cards you'll see later. Dimension magic is probably the best negate in this set of negates. Mechiorp is really strong because he's a 2-cost counterattack. Negate the attack, play this card, and you can untap an energy. So if he's 1 cost for negate, 15k attacker. So yeah, so he's pretty good. He puts pressure. If you saw game 3, Chris put 3 of them out, and I just couldn't clear them. So it was a lot of attacks coming out for a little energy. And then this is flip the top card of your opponent's deck. If it's a battle card, untap an energy and untap a battle card, which is relevant if you have a blocker. So those are the negates.
I'm gonna be real, Mechiorp just carried me. Like,
yeah, Mechiorp is really strong. I really enjoy that card a lot. We'll do the pseudo, I guess, extra cards that are left. So 4 Trunks, 2 Ultra Instinct Kamehameha, and 4 Sensu Bean. You're running blue. Sensu Bean's good. It might not be best in like Go Tanks because they all are swinging with a bunch of big attackers, but if you have tempo, you can use it to untap, which is nice. This is kind of good for Dark Broly because if they're really big, so they're 30Ks, you just combo with this in a 5K and you get over them. You don't take the damage, and then this is just the free 4-play.
I need you to flex that card, please.
Just the free. You have a unison, you bounce anything. It's instead, so it's all insane. Probably the best, I would say one of the best of the counterplays that you have for free.
Definitely beats blacks.
You play 4 apes. You don't have to play 4 apes. Like if you don't have them, you're not missing it, but this deck really utilizes it because if you're on the backside, you pay 2 and then untap that 2, so you're playing it for free basically. But you can cut these because we're running 57 cards just because the deck it draws a lot of cards. We run the new super combo where you have to have mono blue energy because you're not really charging anything. There's no Zenos in this deck, so you're not accidentally charging non-blue colored cards. So he's 4 less. Bottom deck 1, draw 2.
Shoutouts to my deck doesn't need green to charge.
Right, exactly. Just filler, 3 Borgos. Daryl put this in because it's good against the mirror match. I mean, it stops their leader on the back pretty much. But it's also good with turn 1 play. So like a lot of the time you would charge, pass. But with this, you can charge, play him, draw, pass. And most of the time, you're not gonna die on turn 1. So it doesn't really matter if you tap out. But you can also untap 1 if you really need to with leader. So that's an option too. But he's not really great in most matchups, but he's a play. I would say one of the workhorses in the deck, Android 18, 3 energy, draw 2, 20K. It's for 1 energy, you get a 20K body and draw 2 because your leader untaps 2. It's just really strong. And the deck just continues to draw, so you always have 10, 20, not 20, but 10 or 12 cards in hand, and it's just so hard to get around. Daryl and I added this in later, like our most recent lists. We played these at the Virginia Beach Case tournament. I didn't really get to use them because I didn't really play against the mirror match. These are good in the mirror match because they get you into your bombs later. These are fine. I don't know. You can charge them. They're 1-drop 10Ks for combo. They're Weeses. I am running 2 Aboonies. He does not like Aboonie in this format. He's more passive. He likes to control more. I'm more tempo. I like to put pressure. So we are playing 2 Aboonies. I still think they're really good. Even if green does have a card that just tells it to sit down and shut up, it's still a really good card. 4 attackers that just pressure your opponent is so strong. It's really strong against the Dark Broly matchup because they have nothing besides Protector of the People, but they have to have it. 3 Big Baby Apes. Counterplay bounces the 7 cost instead of being played, and then when you play it, you bounce another card and draw 1, and triple strike. Enough said. The Baby Unison works with it because you play for free if you -5, which is crazy. I've had that happen. It's not fun. The SS4 Vegeta, Rise of the Super Warrior. Play 4. This card is really strong. Unfortunately, I've actually never played this card. I've never actually cast it, but I've heard it's really good. I've seen it played, and it's insane.
Felt pretty good.
This works well with internal energy shift because it does untap at the end of the turn, but you can block with it and then negate with internal energy shift and then untap it again, and it blocks again. So it's just a big body, adds cards, untaps energy. Charges energy to obscene amounts of energy. It's really strong. One of's other bombs are Kefla and SS4 Son Goku. She's really good if your opponent can't deal with it. Shout out to Justin. she reduces her cost in hand for every blue card you have. So she can be 3 energy if you want. I've had that happen before. So then you play her for 3, you untap 2. So she's 1 cost 25k that you then once per turn draw 2, and then start your opponent's turn untap 2. So you can play her, tap out, and then next turn you don't tap out because she's saying you don't. So if she stays on board, you pretty much win because you're just drawing so many cards. This guy, he's another big blocker. He's played sack and energy. Your opponent has to rip 1, and then he untaps it into the turn, ripping a battle card and an energy. I think it's battle card energy. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So every turn you're sacking their energy. Basically, when you play him, they're done charging energy because he's every turn just gonna get rid of it unless they stop it. Just a good bomb. You want to get to these in mirror matches, and yeah, I'd say mirror matches because you're not going to get to these in any other matchup because they're too fast.
It's actually kind of cool, like the synergy they have. Like Kefla tries to accelerate you past your opponent and give you more energy to use, which is just more plays you can put out. But Goku tries to like take away from your opponent's build while you continue to build yours, and I like it. It's like
yeah, and he's also nuts. He's a blocker. He also works with the Eternal Shift, so that's just a minor synergy. 2 1-ofs. I like this card because you can game out of nowhere. Daryl doesn't play it, but I would miss it if I don't have it. And then you can go back and forth between the Mass Saiyan and this. Mass Saiyan sucks against Gotenks, and odd enough the Broly deck that this deck played against. So I kind of cucked myself on that one, but it's really good as a double strike. 1 of 20k. It's been around. Oddly enough, Chris drew the 1-ofs like every game, which was nice. And then probably one of the best secret rares is Baby Hatch because it just blanks your turn. Like you can tap out turn 3, just overextend completely, and then slam it and tell your opponent that their turn is over. I mean, they can still play cards and get rid of it, but you're not dying that turn. So you can get to being you can suboptimally play. Or over-optimally play is like what I like to call it. To play more than what you need to, and then play this because you're tapped out. And then next turn you can play where you don't tap out, and then you just win. So
the card be kind of doing things. I mean,
yeah, he's
literally
really good.
The definition of you get to go.
Yeah, I think this is like the best. This will be the best secret rare for blue going forward, if they're ever offensive ever again.
If Bandai.
Yeah.
Please. Not even Bandai, please. Corona, please.
Right, exactly. I was playing 60 at Virginia Beach. I've cut it a little bit because I don't own Heroic Prospect Trunks. You can throw them in here. You can cut, I don't know. You can cut the Aboonies if you want. You can cut one of the Baby Apes.
Don't cut anything. I don't know.
Cut the Leases. I mean, there's some flexibility. You can go up to 60. I was running the 5-drop Gogeta that you play it, bounce 2, draw 2. That card's really good, but I didn't put it in here because they kind of cut it a little bit. But yeah, I think the deck's pretty good. I enjoy it. So.
I enjoyed playing the crap out of that. That was very, very fun. I don't enjoy Heroic Prospect. In fact, at the Virginia Beach Case tournament in Game 3, Zach completely shut me out of the game by playing 2 in 1 turn.
That did happen. And then I slammed a Boonie, and then you lost.
I forgot about that. Honestly thought that I had the fattest of hands, and then he said discard 4 swing, and I was like,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We're still gonna try it. And it spoiler alert, don't do it.
Yeah, shout out to Daryl for letting me borrow those.
So that is the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed that look into Reboot Soul Striker. The deck is not only very, very fun to play, but I feel like it's one of the only decks currently in the game that has like that solid, if we get past 4 or 5 energy, your chances of winning this game are kind of like the moment you can get past that threshold. I mean, the Kefla alone is insane. Now granted, things like Gotenks have insane amounts of spot removal, and this entire deck lacks the word barrier. So there's going to be issues there.
Yeah, that's why it's the worst matchup for this deck.
But yeah, it's definitely fun. So yeah, I hope you guys like the content, and I'll go to the closer. There you go. Mono Blue Soul Striker, Tempo, I would say. He got it from our friend Daryl, who built it more of control than tempo. But, player preference is definitely going to have a huge sway, especially when your deck is just generically good blue cards and not like some archetype all slammed together from one set, maybe 2. So I hope you guys like the deck profile. Like I said before, subscribe if you like the content. This deck is pretty fun. I mean, you got 3 main components, okay? You've got actually 4 main components. You got negates, and then you have the super negates that really start making your opponent like prospect. You've got draw, so you can see those negates and eventually your bombs at the end. And you got super combos that are played at 4 life, not above 4 life. So, and if you don't get that, please look at the match between this mono blue list and the yellow green Broly. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time you decide to join Universe X, and I hope you guys enjoy the future installments of content I put out. Later.